Organizational behavior is the education study of how individuals behave in organizations, and its concepts are mostly used to improve the efficiency of organizations. According to organizational behavior, rewards are important motivational factor for employees to perform well. The way people make decisions is influenced by organizational behavior. Leaders with strong interpersonal skills can build meaningful relationships with their teams. Building trust, emotional intelligence, empathy, sensitivity, and listening skills are some of the most key interpersonal qualities that a manager should continue to improve and integrate. It is important for line managers and their team members to have trust and understanding.
The definition of personality means how a person affects others and how he or she understands and views himself or herself, as well as the pattern of inner and outer interactions. According to Stephen B. Robbins, personality is the sum total ways in which an individual reacts and interacts with others. It may be defined as those inner psychological characteristics and both determine and reflect how a person responds to his or her environment. The first Big Five model of personality is extroversion. It consists of two types. The first one is extroverts, which are sociable, gregarious, and assertive individuals. Extroverts people are often described as the life of the party. They are outgoing, vibrant nature draws people to them, and also have a hard time turning away their attention. They will trade off the interaction. The second one is introverts, which are reserved, timid, and also quiet individuals. Introverts people are typically described as more reserved. They may engage in a multitude of social activities, but they need time away for others to recharge their energy. Next, the second model of personality is agreeableness. Highly agreeableness people are cooperative, warm, and also trusting. For instance, people with high agreeableness naturally experiences empathy and also tend to get tremendous pleasure from serving others and also taking care of them, while low agreeableness people are cold, disagreeable, and also antagonistic. They tend to have more difficult relationships that are vital with disagreements and also breakups. The third model of personality is conscientious. A highly conscientious people are responsible, dependable, persistent, and also organized. A conscientious people is good at self-regulation and impulse control. Conscientiousness is generally a key ingredient for success, especially in work. While the low conscientious people are easily distracted, disorganized, and also unreliable. Other than that, the fourth model of personality is emotional stability. People with positive emotional stability are calm, have high self-confidence, and also secure. They also react less emotionally and less easily upset. They tend to be emotionally stable and do not constantly experience negative feelings. As for the people with high negative scores, are always nervous, anxious, depressed, and also insecure. Last but not least, the final model of personality is openness to experience. Extremely open people are creative, high imaginativeness, artistic, sensitivity, and also high intellectualism. Open people tend to be intellectually curious, creative, and imaginative. They are interested in art and are voracious consumers of music, books, and other fruits of culture. They also tend to be politically liberal, while the low openness to experience people are conventional and find stability and comfort to familiar. The scenario for personality is Wardina and Sarah are siblings with a different MBT and work in the same company in Kuala Lumpur. Wardina is an extrovert, which are sociable, lively, and gregarious and seek outward stimuli or external exchanges in a company. Wardina is working in the sales department because she can interact face-to-face with other people, while Sarah is an introvert. On the other hand, are quiet, reflective, introspective, intellectual people and prefer to interact with a small intimate circle of people. Sarah is working on highly abstract ideas, which is research and development work in a relatively quiet atmosphere.
The definition of value is basic conviction that a specific mode of conduct or any state of existence is personally or socially preferable to an opposite or converse mode of conduct or an state of existence. Next is a type of value. There is two types of value, which is terminal value and instrumental value. First is terminal value. Terminal value are the goals that we work towards and view as more desirable. There are the goals that we would like to achieve during our lifetime. Second is instrumental value. Instrumental value are the means by which we achieve our end goals. Holistic framework. There is 6 of them, but I'm just going to explain 4 of them. First is power disdain. Power disdain is the extent to which society accepts that power in institution and organization distributed unequally. In power disdain, we have 2 types of them. First is high disdain and low disdain. Second is individualism and collectivism. Individualism is a person's self-image. In this category is defined as I. Meanwhile, collectivism is a person's self-image. In this category is defined as we. Third is masculinity versus femininity. Masculinity is which societal values are characterized by assertiveness. Meanwhile, femininity is which societal value emphasize relationship and concern for others. Lastly is time orientation. We have 2 types of time orientation. First is long-term orientation. Long-term orientation is a national culture attribute that emphasizes the fugitive and persistent. Short-term orientation, national culture attribute that emphasizes the past and present, respect for tradition and fulfilling social obligation. Encik Ahmad owns a company and is a person who believes that working together is more satisfying than working alone. So he wants his employee to collaborate because it will bring more ideas to make the problem easier to solve. In his employee, Encik Ahmad highlight collectivism. Encik Ahmad believes that working together with his employer will become more productive. However, Osman, one of the Encik Ahmad employees, disliked how the company encouraged teamwork. He find working in a group difficult because he is an introvert. As a result, he is growing hesitant to go to work since he disliked how the company policies. He fails to inform Encik Ahmad that he hates working in group and decided to close it without attempting to correct it. He doesn't show up for work after discovering that he doesn't fit in with the company. Encik Ahmad is a person who is highly concerned with job happiness. He wants everyone to understand the importance of the way things are done. If others employees are excellent with their job, He will reward them correctly. If an employee is dissatisfied with their job, Encik Ahmad will call the individual and discuss the issue. Encik Ahmad will treat everyone equally if others do something wrong. Perception is the process by which people organize and interpret their sensory perceptions to make sense of their surroundings. To put in other way, perception is the act of seeing what is there to view, like attitude, personality, intention, interest, experience, and expectation are the characteristics that will influence perceptions.
Why perception is important? It is because everyone considers the world and approaches life problems differently. Perception is necessary to understand human behavior. If people act based on their perception, we can predict how they will act in different situations by understanding their current perceptions of the environment. Kelly attribution theory, a type of attribution theory in which people create specific predictions to explain why others and ourselves behave the way human beings do. Three criteria are used to allocate attributes. The first one is distinctiveness. Its level shows different behaviors in different situations. While consensus is a general agreement among a group of people, it also means the theory and process of bringing a group together in agreement. And the last one is consistency. A consistent person always acts the same way, has the same attitudes about people or things, and achieves the same level of success in whatever they do.
The scenario of perception is Army is known for showing up late to work and making his co-workers uncomfortable. His friend will make judgment about his action, such as Amir's habit of sleeping late and playing video game until the morning, which is explain why he is unable to get to work on time. Managers have a negative view of Amir and believe that he is unable to performing any work assigned to him. In comparison, Liana is always on time for work. The manager and friend will have the impressions that Liana is great at organizing his time and that he is a responsible person who is always on time for work and will complete any task assigned by the manager.
In conclusion, MBTI has been widely criticized. It still has a place in some organizations. In training and development, it can help employees better understand themselves, help team members better understand each other, and open up communication in work groups and also possibly reduce conflicts. While values often underlie and explain attitudes, behaviors, and perceptions, so knowledge of an individual's value system can provide insight into what makes the person put priority on what is desirable or undesirable in his or her life. Individuals base their behavior not on the way their external environment actually is, but rather on what they see or believe it to be. This is what we call perception. Whether a manager successfully plans and organizes the work of employees and actually helps them to structure their work more efficiently and effectively is far less important than how employees perceive the manager's effort. Employees judge or make perception on a lot of issues such as fair salary and working conditions in very individual ways. To influence high or low productivity, we need to assess how workers perceive their job.